Okay, I take it that means it is game time. So first and foremost, happy Father's Day to all of you dads out there, regardless of where you are at in the world, man. It's been a pleasure to work alongside a lot of you guys and get connected to this community. It's changed my life, and I'm excited to be here and be able to pour back some value into the community. And so obviously yesterday we kicked it off with nothing but heat. And so you guys got to hear from Karab break down a couple of different things, starting with the personal development side of things and then going out there and really giving you a game plan on how you can get off the ground in network marketing and build a reputation for yourself. And so I've learned a lot from him. I've spent countless hours on the phone with him, and he's someone that's literally poured hours of his time back into me for no particular reason other than, like he said on the call. And I remember him saying this. He said, look, I love network marketing because I get to help impact other people. Right after that, you guys got to hear from Ali. Ali broke down the power list to blue diamond, so six-figure rank. What's crazy about that power list is Ali actually hit me up and said, hey man, can you send me some of those things that were on your power list? And I said, yes, I can. And he mentioned something about a notebook and how I would write it down. So I wanted to show you guys this because he wasn't lying. There's 365 days straight in here. This was my first start in network marketing. I had a job when I first started this, by the way, but this was how I built my discipline. So there's a date at the top, and then there's 10 things personal development related, 10 things income producing activity related, meaning IPAs for network marketing business. And you can scroll through this, and I know you guys can't see it all. I missed a couple days here and there, but I would go through, and before I went to bed every single night, I would literally sit there and I would make sure before I laid my head down on the pillow that everything that I possibly could get done was checked off that list. And if I didn't get it done, I was going back, I was circling it, and that was the first thing out of the 20 things on that next day. For those of you guys that are early on in your journey, especially if you're younger, I don't know about you guys, but for myself, I didn't have the discipline to be an entrepreneur and to be my own boss and to lead other people because I couldn't lead myself. And so this was my way that I started building that accountability over the course of time. I recommend you guys do it. If you just say you're going to do those things and sure you have the screenshot of the file saved for that PDF that we sent into the group chats with the blue diamond power list and you took notes on it, that's one thing. But for you to write it down every single day before you go to bed, that way when you wake up, it's sitting on your counter, on your dresser, next to your bed, wherever it's most accessible to you, I can promise you, man, it will change everything about the way you operate. What I get done now in a small amount of time is what took me a full day when I first got started. Right after you guys heard from Ali, you guys got to hear from Robert Hollis. I could go on and on and on about how fired up I was listening to him. Show me the money. That was the one thing that I heard him say at the end of that call that I was just like, damn, this is the coolest opportunity in the world because this guy has made literally 50 million plus dollars doing this. And he's sitting here breaking down for all of you guys and even myself. I'm only 2 years and 2 months into the game, what it looks like to do this long term because you see so many other people take different paths and we all have our own decisions we can make for ourselves. But he's planted his flag here with My Daily Choice and Acoustics for good reason. And obviously what he's doing has worked. And so he broke down everything from how you can use other people's success and their testimonials to your own advantage. At the end of the day, this is network marketing. And I tell everyone, man, what it is you are literally dissecting the word network marketing to this degree. You leverage your network to market your business. If you're not leveraging your network, aka this community, the people that are winning, the success stories on the trading space, the success stories and all the other products inside of My Daily Choice with all the different, fat loss supplements and all this other stuff, why aren't you? It doesn't make any sense to me. That could be building your business. All we get paid to do is share other people's success. And so I learned a lot listening to him. And so what I'm going to do with my time here with you guys before I pass this over to the great Joey Wilson and Matt is break down for you guys how to effectively present this opportunity if you want to do so yourself. Now, Robert made it very clear. For those of you guys that want to have massive success inside of network marketing, you don't have to be the guy that's always presenting to people necessarily. You can share videos. You can use other people's communication skills, knowledge, expertise, experience to your own advantage. That's what he's done. He's built literally a massive following on his YouTube channel by sending out Matt's video. So you can do that if you'd like to. Now, for me, I personally wanted to become self-sufficient to where I could run my own calls and I could develop communication skills and be able to go out there and help people get involved myself. And so for me, I started presenting my third day into network marketing. We were in a different platform when I first got started in March of 2023. And I remember Joey told me that we're running a launch call and he told me to make a list and he told me all these things I needed to do to get my business off the ground. And I did that. And then 3 days in, I was like, dude, if I want to go fast, I'm going to have to take the reins of my own business, take this seriously and start to share this with the world on my own. And so I took the whole 3 to 5 a day keeps the job away thing extremely serious. So I was packing out my schedule with as many opportunity calls as I could get. And my goal was to run opportunity calls, number one, for myself, but then to a certain degree to get a few people involved that then I could help build their business as well. Because at the end of the day, that's what we do here, right? Is leverage other people to make more income. And so what I would do is I would teach people how to get people in a 2-on-1 group chat with me on social media, in my text messages, in WhatsApp groups, wherever, right? But so that they could utilize myself and my ability to present what we do for them. Because when you first get started, you don't have a whole lot of confidence. You don't know what you're doing. You don't have any results. So the first thing that I want to touch on just very faintly is what edification really means. Now, you guys got to hear edification to a large degree in what Robert Hollis was talking about yesterday, and how you can literally build your business leveraging these testimonials and success stories of other people, right? Now, for me, edification went even deeper in the sense that when I first got started, I knew that I didn't have the results and I wasn't confident enough to go and speak about it loud and proud to my network and to the world, being that it's just me. But once I figured out that I could edify someone that did have the results, did have the skills, did have the experience, I could take the weight off of my shoulders. And so for those of you guys that are just getting started, whether you're sending out videos, whether you're pushing the people in your network to an opportunity call that we run Monday through Thursday, at least inside of the One Mission Telegram group, regardless of how you're sharing the opportunity with people, I highly recommend you leverage the power of edification, because I think it's probably the number one superpower in network marketing. And you guys can tell me if I'm wrong. I don't know if the chat's even enabled here or not. I see it now. But you guys can tell me with the show of hands, how many of you guys, give me a one in the chat if you think edification is the number one important thing for you being successful in network marketing. I'm genuinely curious, because when I got started, I had never heard of this before. Never. I was always good at sales on my own, but I never had business partners. And so I didn't understand this when I first got started. But once I started to understand it, I was like, ooh, the better I make this individual sound, the more easy it is for myself to grow, because I can take all the weight off my shoulders and put it on theirs. And so that's all I ever did. And I used Joey, and I still use Joey every single day, all day. My first year and a half inside of network marketing, it was just me and him rocking. And so all I ever did when I had someone that was worth his time, and basically anyone, was I'd throw them in a group chat with him on Instagram. Why Instagram? Well, at least they can see a little bit about who the guy is rather than just take my words, right? So they can see his lifestyle, and they can see the way that he takes care of himself. They can see some of the success, the places he's been to. All it takes is some of the people that you're sharing this with seeing one of those bucket list items, as far as a trip that they've been on, or a car that they're driving, or a piece of clothes they're wearing, to trigger them to say, damn, that guy has what I want. And so that's why I tell people to leverage social media and do these group chats via Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, any of it, right? But here's what I would do if I was edifying people. One, put away the typewriter. We've talked about it a few times in the boot camp already. Do not text. Don't do it. Energy is contagious. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. If I was sitting here and I was typing every word that I said into the chat right now, you guys would already be off the call. It'd be boring as can be. That's the same way it is when you go to share this opportunity with other people, or when you edify a business partner. So what you want to do is throw them in a group chat. For me, it's Instagram, and say something like this. Hey, so-and-so, just wanted to get you connected to my business partner and mentor, Joey. This dude has traveled the world, international, renowned speaker, built organizations of 10,000 plus people. Dude, it's not all about the money, but he makes well over 6 figures a month, and he's only 35 years old. The reason that I do follow him, though, is because this dude has his family, his fitness, his faith, and his finances dialed into a T, and I will always follow this guy because he's already changed my life. I know he could do the same thing for you. I'm looking forward to sharing this with you. It's that simple. Now, you don't have to go that far. If you want to keep it short and simple, you can do something like this. Hey, so-and-so, just want to throw you in a group chat with my business partner and mentor, Joey. This is one of the highest paid income earners in the entire industry, and someone that I got connected to very early on. He's one of the most heartfelt people I've ever met. You got to check this out. You can keep it as short as you want, but that's all it is. Now, here's the thing, man. I try to make this clear to everyone. When I ask you to use me to edify, I don't need an ego boost. Your business needs a boost. I can be that if you give me the props, because we're trying to establish a trust triangle here. It's me, it's you, and the person at the bottom is that prospect. We're trying to bring them up to the level of credibility, trust, right, that we have together. They don't know me. They don't like me. They don't respect me. They don't trust me until you give me those things. So you can do that very simply put if you go throw a high energy voice message in there. You could be stumbling and mumbling over your words, not even know what you're saying, but if you're excited, I can promise you it's going to work. And so that's really where I want to end with edification, but I wanted to hit that home because I don't think a lot of people understand how powerful this can be. If you're not edifying a business partner or a mentor who's further along than you in the journey, when you're looking to help people get started, when you're trying to get them on calls, when you're trying to close them, you're doing this wrong. Once again, do not forget the definition of network marketing. You leverage your network to market your business. Network marketing. Leverage your network to market your business. If you're not leveraging your network, you're doing it wrong. I can't say that enough. And so what I want to do now is break down a few things for you guys on how I have, at the course of where I'm at now, not only ran probably a couple thousand presentations, but how to get good at it. And so when you first start, the first thing I want to make clear to anybody is when you first start anything, you don't have to be great to start. You just have to start to become great. And a lot of us have heard that before. And so when I first got involved with this opportunity, I didn't know anything about trading. I didn't know anything about Akashics. I didn't know how to present this comp plan. I'm still trying to figure out the updates to it. But the more you do it, the better you get. It's reps in the gym, just like anything else here. So that's the first thing I want you guys to understand if you're taking notes is it's repetition. Practice makes perfect. And so one of the other things that I want to make sure those of you, especially early on in the journey, understand about you going out there and sharing this with people is this is not a yes or no game. It's an amount of exposures game. More prospecting equals more conversations, equals more presentations, equals more signups, equals more money in your bank account. It's a very simple equation here. It's not complicated, but it's a numbers game. And so my point is when I first got started, Joey told me to make a list of 200 names. And at the top right, some will, some won't. So what? Most of you guys have heard that before. He told me I got 24 hours to invite all of them to a launch call that he was going to run for me the next night. So what did I do? High energy, voice messages, videos, recording myself on Instagram, sending it to long lost acquaintances from high school, old, summer basketball teams, all that stuff. And I was getting there, and I'll give you guys an example of this. I feel like most people don't ever actually do it. They'll tell you to send a video, but they won't actually do it. So let me just give you an example. Joey tagged me in a story, so I'm going to act like I'm sending it to Joey just for the sake of time. I got my Instagram out here. If you guys are wondering, how do I launch my business? How do I send somebody a video to invite them to my launch call? And you guys want to start inviting people to our next one because you're not ready to present? Here you go. I'm going to actually do this, and I'm going to record myself. And I'm just going to act like I haven't talked to Joey for a while. Maybe he went to high school with me. Joey, what's going on, man? I know you weren't expecting to see my face. I wanted to send you a video because I just got started with something new. I know you can kill this. Shoot me a message back when you get this, bro. It's a game changer. That's it. Nothing about, hey, man, I got this trading thing, and if I get you and you get them, we're going to make money. None of that. None of that. All it is you have an opportunity that you want to share with people. Now, for me, the keys to that little invite is number one, put your face behind the camera, man. Get your energy and get your body language behind it because then it takes the whole scam scheme, bro, did you get hacked, all that out of the mix. And once you do those things, now the second thing that I think is really important when you're inviting someone like that, especially when you don't have results, is to make them feel like they can already win. Don't try to sell them something. What I always tell people is, in those invites, bro, I know you could kill this. I know you could kill this. Anyone can do well with what we do. So that's something that I include in every message because it brings that person in before they even see it. The third thing that I'll recommend when you're inviting people before I go into actually the presenting portion, if you're going to do it yourself, is at the end, give someone a command. Most people do better when you give them a command, AKA, let me know when you get this. Shoot me back when you get a chance to listen to this. That is something that I think is very important. If you leave it open-ended and it's almost a statement, then nobody has a reason to actually respond to you. Does that make sense? And so that's something that I just wanted to hammer home really quick. But once you are at the point where you're like, dude, I want to take control of my own business. I want to start presenting this opportunity on my own. I'm tired of sitting there trying to pack out, Noah's schedule because he's busy and he's got 16 million things going on and I know I can't work around him. Start running your own calls. If you want to be self-sufficient, be the business owner. Take control of your own business. I can't say that enough. If you're going to do a video, that's fine. For me, I do better when I get someone on a call one-on-one because now I can get to know you and now I can build a relationship with you and now I can figure out your pain points. And then I got you on the spot. And when you get done checking out this opportunity, you're already with me. I don't got to try to get you on the phone to get you involved. So I can get you involved and close right on the spot. And so that was something that I had a little bit of experience in prior to network marketing, was the whole sales side. And so I think that was kind of an easier transition for myself. But here is where I'm going to go into a few things when you guys are presenting this opportunity that I think are extremely important. So if you're taking notes, here's where I would put something about presenting notes. Bullet point number one. Here's number one. Ask questions. Listen more than you talk when you first get on those calls. Ask questions, and ask good questions, because your goal when you get on those calls, for me, I went through my network in the course of the first 30, 60, 90 days. Once I went through all of my followers and my following on my social media platforms and the contacts on my phone, and I went and I added all my suggested friends, I was on to cold market. I was on Instagram looking up the local gyms, looking up the local bars and the clubs where I knew all the people just like me were hanging out, going to the malls. I was looking at all the fraternities and sororities. Here's one for those of you guys that are younger. How do I find guys that I can reach out to that are like me? Well, here's something that I did. I would literally go to the sorority girls' Instagram page for like a college, and I would go look at their likes and their comments. Because if a dude has the nerve to like or comment on those posts of a girl, I know they're probably willing to do something like this because they're more open-minded. They're willing to shoot their shot. They're not hiding behind their little screen, right? They're out there. So that's an example. But what happens when you go to show them? You don't know them. You got to ask questions to feel them out. And so here's something that I did. I would ask a few questions. I want to know, are you more of the green personality type, right? Are you analytical? Are you more engineer based? Are you going to be more adept to just maybe trading? For me, I present Akashics, dream trips, and that's about it. I don't do all the other products inside of My Daily Choice at this point. So that's what the majority of my conversations are about, right? But I'm trying to figure out, are you going to be the person, before I even share any of this info with you, that is going to be more in tune with the trading side and just stay there? Or are you the person that has a very noticeable energy about yourself? Look, man, if I get on a call with you and your body language like this and you're chilling in your seat and you're kind of like hiding behind your screen, and then there's other people that are sitting here and they're like this and they're fired up, that person that's fired up, that's the dude that I have a feeling is going to be more like myself, who's open-minded, who's high energy, who's dire for opportunity, who may be the same type of person as me that has the loose screw telling them they can go out there and do anything in the world, to where the business side is going to be the bread and butter. But if you don't ask questions, you don't get to know any of that. So then when you present the opportunity, it's difficult for you to paint the picture for these people on how it's going to work and what's in it for them. So I just gave you guys the two most key ingredients to a presentation. And I want you guys to take this down before I forget it. And I'm probably going to say it a million more times, but take these two things down. When you're presenting an opportunity presentation to someone else, in order for someone to make a decision on the spot, they need to know two things. What's in it for me and how's it going to work? If they don't have those two things, they're not getting started on the spot. That's where they got to go think about it. You haven't given them enough resources and painted enough of a mental movie for them on how it's going to work. And so for me, that's why I ask questions. Are you in school? What's your degree? Do you have a job? Where do you work? What's your family like? Where are you from? What's your hobbies? How much time do you have? I'm asking all of those things before I even start the presentation. Some of you guys, if you're going to present this to people, you just present the opportunity before you even get to know them. You're setting yourself up for failure before you even get a chance. You're not doing the scouting report before you play the game. I'm going to try to get to know every single thing that I can. So that way, when I present this opportunity, I know by the time I'm done, you have everything you need to know in order to get started. So once again, ask the right questions. What are the questions you can ask? Some of the ones I just mentioned. Where are you from? What's your background? How's your family life? What's your hobbies? How much time do you have? Where do you work? You going to school? What's your degree? You know what I mean? These are questions that you can very simply ask people and keep note of as you present the opportunity. Now, it's not about me. People don't care about what you know until they know how much you care. So for me, I want to know, and I want you to know that, yes, I care about you. I want you to win. I want to know about your life story. That way I can paint a movie on how your story is going to work in this opportunity. And so as you guys are going through the presentation, the second thing that I would say if you're getting into the platform of Akashics especially is don't try to over-explain things. If you don't have a ton of results inside of the trading space, you heard Robert say it last night. He's like, I don't speak Tradeanese. I don't really either. Now, I'm a Series 7 licensed financial advisor. I'm still not going to act like I know everything about trading because I'm not that guy. So I'm not going to act like I'm somebody I'm not. I'm going to give it to Rich Vendiga. I'm going to give it to Arabella. I'm going to give those props away. I'm going to edify, once again, the people in this platform, my network, to market my business, right? That's how you do this. And so when you're presenting the opportunity, especially if it's Akashics, what I would do is find no more than 10 to 12 slides that work for you. You don't have to do them all. If you guys have seen me present an opportunity call at this point, if you haven't, you can tune into them. We're Monday through Thursday. I run them every single night and I don't miss. And so my point is, I only have 8 to 10 slides. That's it. And sure, it might take me 20 to 25 minutes to present an opportunity and maybe 30 if I'm one-on-one with you, but my goal isn't to make it all about the information. It's about to make it about you, right? And so here's something that I want to make a note of that you guys need to consider when you go to present this with people. Although I truly believe with all of my heart that Akashics is the #1 trading network marketing platform on planet Earth. There's nobody doing it like us. There is no other place where you get capital to invest right off the bat. We have the patent for tap to trade. We got the best tech team in the game. We got the best educators in the game. I spent a year and a half in another platform, enrolled over 700 people, and not one person made a single dollar trading. Now my roommate on the other side of this drywall right now just pulled $2,400 out of his 50K challenge, and I'm sitting here like, bro, what? That's crazy. We went a year and a half, never made a single dollar. What's my point? You still don't need to make it all about that because they're going to buy you. They're going to buy your belief. They're going to buy your vision for what's possible and what it is that you're giving them as far as opportunity. And so what I want you guys to understand is people buy people. They don't buy a product or service. At least I don't. I bought into Joey Wilson. I left my job making $150,000, $180,000 a year 2 days before an event on the opposite side of the country. I live here in Scottsdale. The event was in Orlando, Florida. And I quit my job and I went there just because I heard I was going to get to hear him speak and I might get to meet him. I knew he had the life that I wanted just from Instagram. I heard him on a Zoom call when I signed up, telling me how much income he had made, telling him the freedom he had, and I just saw it. And for whatever reason, I said, I want to be like that guy. What's my point? It wasn't about trading. I didn't go there because I had made $16,000 in my first 2 weeks trading. It wasn't that. And so these people you guys are sharing this with, they're buying you. And so if you can't paint a movie and can't paint a vision and a belief system for these people, they're not going to get started after you present. So as you're presenting, ask questions at the beginning and then make it simple. Find 8 to 10 slides that work for you. If it's Akashics, for me, I go very, very quick through the trading space. I spend more time on the business side. Here's something else I would take note of. The way that you brand yourself and the way that you market what it is that you do, both on the presentations and on your stories, is going to be who you attract. Here's my point. There's traders and then there's network marketers. For me, I build this business. I will make that loud and clear. I am not the trading guy. You heard Robert say it. I'll say it again. So on my stories, you don't see me posting a lot of profits. You don't see me on every live session. I know it works. There's success stories all over the world. My roommate's one of them. But what's my point? If I sit there and I market and I post all about trading all the time, and then I get on these calls with people that I reached out to on Instagram, that I set up a meeting with, and who are looking at my stories, they're coming into that thinking about trading. Now, if I'm on my stories talking about sales and leadership and personal development and the ability to leverage other people to make more money and network marketing and really hammering that home, I'm going to sort out that crowd and I'm going to attract more people like myself. Now, I don't know about you guys, but in my personal opinion, I'd rather have someone get started in my business that wants to build network marketing than trade. Why? Because I don't get paid for people sitting behind a screen and staring at the charts. I get paid for helping other people get paid. I can't help you have so much success trading that all of a sudden my business grows. That's not really how it works. So what's my point? When you guys are presenting the opportunity, it starts beforehand. It starts with the way you brand yourself. Perception is reality. So how do you want to be perceived? What's your public perception and how do you make it sound? When you're inviting people and you do give them a little bit of info on what you do. If someone asks me what I do, I don't tell them I'm a trader. If someone asks me what I do, I got asked it last night when I was out and about with friends. I say I do online sales and I build teams all over the world. Sometimes they'll ask me, what do you sell? I say, well, I sell a financial education platform that teaches people how to invest in the markets. They're like, oh, cool. But what's first? What's the priority? Sales, building teams, not trading. So then I attract people that want to do sales and build teams. If I say trading first and then I say business second, then I flip the script. So remember that, because when you get into these presentations, you're attracting beforehand the person that you have already presented yourself to be online. Now, when you present, keep it simple. Ask questions, 8 to 10 slides. Find ones that work for you. I break down more info on the business side than I do on the trading side. The trading side, simple. Tap to trade, best educators on planet Earth, free capital to invest in the markets. 150 bucks. I don't know what's better. Annual subscription, save 300 bucks, $200,000 in the markets, 20 times the amount of leverage. That's it. On the business side, I spend more time there. Why? Because I want you to know that's what I do. Now, here's something I want to make clear. You're going to scare some people away when you do it that way. I actually just ran a call with one of my business partners, and we got done with the call, and she even asked me, she's like, so why didn't you just ask him, why didn't you just say something along the lines of, well, you can just trade? Because that's not me. I'm not going to put myself out there to be somebody that's just like, hey, you can just trade. I want people to build the business with me. I don't want a whole lot of the just trading all day thing going on. That doesn't help me too much. And so my point is this, man. I already know we have the best products and services on planet Earth. We all know that. But I want to grow my business and I want to help other people grow theirs. So you got to apply the focus on that, right? And so when I'm presenting those business slides, when I get there, how many of you guys, throw a one in the chat with me? How many of you guys, be honest, throw a one in the chat. If when you get to the business side, the first thing you say is, you don't have to do this. Throw a one in the chat if that's the first thing that you say. Oh, by the way, you don't have to do this. You're setting yourself up for failure right away. I stopped doing that. I don't tell you you have to do it. I don't make that known. But when I get to the business sides, I say, okay, and now this is my favorite part. Now I get to go off on what it is that I do. Now that we're done with the trading side, now I get to do now I get to share with you what's really cool. Hey, bro, you ever wanted to build a business with your best friends, people just like you from all over the world, and be able to create an international impact and get paid based off the amount of impact you can give to other people by helping them develop high-paying skills like sales, leadership, networking, personal branding, emotional intelligence, communication, all of it? Does that sound pretty cool? Because that's what I'm about to share with you. Okay. So the first step is, if you refer 3 people, you're free. So no more monthly subscription. So now you have a $0 investment. And then I go into the next slides. But do you see, can you feel me here? Throw a fire emoji in the chat. If you can feel how if you start to make that shift, it can directly impact your business moving forward. Here's the thing. You're going to get more people that put their hands up, put their guard up, put the alert system on and say, I'm good. You're not going to sign up as many people doing it this way, but you'll sign up more of the right people. Here's the thing. I watched Andrew yesterday sign up 2 personals. This is one of my business partners, one of my best friends, got started with me a year and a half ago. I watched him 2 years ago, or 2 times yesterday, sorry, sign up 2 personals for Akashics. And he was in the car in one, and we were playing pickleball, and he stopped playing pickleball to onboard the other. And I'm watching him onboard these people, and I'm like, bro, that's my least favorite part, is sitting there and helping you set up the trading account and helping you onboard and helping you register for TradeX Mastery and helping you do all these other things. I hate doing that part. Why am I bringing that up? Look, man, when it comes to the business side, that is what I love. That is what I love to do. And so if it means that by me making that my point in the presentation, I sort out more people that are going to just sit there and trade all day, so be it. I've done pretty well for my first 2 years and 2 months into the game. I'm on this call with some of the best people in the industry, truthfully, getting to share a little bit. And when they asked me to speak on this, I was like, damn, I get to be on the poster with all you guys. Let's go. Robert Hollis, Karab, 15,000 people in South America, Karab. Robert Hollis, 50 million later. Hall of Famer, Joey Wilson. Matt Thayer, the dude that put Akashics on the map. Ali, this freaking corporate liaison / network marketing freaking guru. I don't understand how he does all of it at the same time. Those guys, I get to be on the call with them. Hell yeah. Here's the thing. I didn't get here and get on this call by sitting behind the charts, by sitting behind Akashics. I got here by what Karab said, developing my mindset, following spiritual side of success, and developing a bulletproof ability to just drive forward in this business no matter what people were telling me. I got here by presenting 3 to 5 presentations a day. I got here by edifying Joey Wilson every single time I could because I didn't have the results until about 10 months ago when I got in Akashics. What's my point? When you guys are presenting this opportunity, it's not that complicated. It's really not. What you're doing is getting to know people. You got to get to know them. Ask questions. Make them feel felt, right? Ask questions. Keep it simple. 8 to 10 slides. Present the opportunity with high energy. Remember, two things. If they don't know what's in it for them, they don't know how it's going to work, they're not getting started. So I'm going to go just a little bit deeper here. When you guys are presenting the opportunity, you're going through all this info. When you ask those questions, you need to take mental inventory on the things they're telling you. Here's an example. If I'm talking to my dad's a mechanical engineer. I can't get through to him at all with anything. He's not the open-minded, loose screw guy like me. So I know the trading side would be the only thing that he probably is going to do. That's fine. So when I'm going through the presentation, and I know he's full-time in engineering, I'm going to make it about him being able to take tap to trades and take trade alerts, learn over the course of time if he chooses to, but all in the course of a few hours a week. Because I know he's going to tell me he doesn't have time and he's busy with work and his mind's already consumed with AutoCAD and all these things he's got going on at home, and he's not going to want to go share this with people. He's also probably more analytical. He's probably also more the type that needs results before he shares it with people kind of guy. So I'm not even going to go too far there. You get what I'm saying? Now, when I get to the business side, I'm still saying this is my favorite part. I'm not changing my ways. But I'm going to paint the picture, create the mental movie. What's in it for me? How's it going to work? Look, man, I know you work, 8 to 9 hours a day, Monday through Friday. But here's what's really cool about this. Do you have the ability to pull out your phone at work? Yeah. I have my phone next to me all day. Do you have the ability to answer a text notification? Yeah, normally. Okay, then you can do this. Because as long as you have a phone and a finger, you can take tap to trades. You can do this alongside work. That's all you need to have success here. Imagine the day the average millionaire has 7 streams of income, right? How many do you have? 1 or 2 right now. Imagine the day when you start building a couple extra $100 a month, bare minimum over the course of time, by plugging in with our educators and taking tap to trades and trade alerts, learning high paying skills while you work. Who knows, man? Maybe it takes you far enough to the point where you can take a couple extra vacations with the family a year. But if you get what I'm saying here, as I'm going through this presentation, I'm not even spending as much time reading the slides and breaking down the info as I am painting this picture. That's why I asked you, how many kids do you have? Are they in college? Where are they from? What are they going to school for? I want to know these things. That way, when I'm presenting to you, I can cast this vision to where when you get done, you're like, oh, holy cow, I got a whole different world here. Now I know I can take tap to trades. I can use this money to put my parents through college or put my kids through college. And if I make $500 a month for the next year, that's $6,000 over the course of a year. Maybe I can go and I can plan a vacation with my family. We've always been wanting to go to Turks and Caicos. That was my daughter's graduation goal. I can't do it right now, so I need more money. This could be that for me. That's why I ask you questions so that I can paint that by the time it's over. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm doing. I'm asking these questions. I'm painting the mental movie, the vision, right? Now I say vision. Here's one thing you guys all have to become and embrace. You are a visionary as soon as you take foot in network marketing. And the better visionary you are, the more money you'll make. I listened to Robert Hollis yesterday talking, and he had me so fired up at the end because this dude's laughing the whole time. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, I don't know whether or not to take him serious sometimes. But then he got to the one point and he's sitting up in his seat and he's like, look, some people left this company, and the only reason they left this company is they're not making the money. But here's the thing. Some of you guys early on in the process, this, that, and the other, he said, show me the money. I'm not enticing you. I'm already in. And he was saying these things, and I'm like, damn. But that's vision. That's giving me the vision for my daily choice, for planting my flag here, for going out there and building my empire, transforming my family's lives, retiring my mom and dad early, all the things I want to do. That's what I'm talking about here. But it's being able to cast that vision for other people. You guys got to understand the majority of people you're sharing this opportunity with, they don't know what you don't know, or they don't know what you know. They don't know that you're connected to Robert Hollis and Matt and Joey and Karab and Ali. They don't know that. So when you get on these calls, if you don't have energy, if you don't have excitement, if you can't cast that vision and get them to unlock their mind, good luck. That's all I got to say, man. Because one thing that I always tell people is network marketing gave me my vision back. I saw a podcast by Ed Milet. I'm not going to take credit for this one because it's too good. If you guys don't know that name, write it down. But he was talking about how when you guys are young, from 5 to 7 years old, your brain is still in that development stage where you think you can be an astronaut, professional athlete, motivational speaker. You could be anything. You haven't accumulated enough of a couple things: history, memory, a past. But as you get older and life hits you in the face, you start to live in those things. And you start to think more about the day you just had than the day moving forward. And your parents, like mine, I never understood for the longest time why I hated sitting at the dinner table. Love my parents to death. Great people, but I hated it. It's because they brought their baggage from the day to the dinner table. There was never any forward thinking, never any vision for what's moving forward. I never once heard my mom and dad talk about what the next day held and what we were going to do and what you could go transform lives and da. None of that. It was all, yeah, this happened at work today, because you start to live in that. Network marketing unlocked that for me. I was sitting in a cubicle making 150 phone calls a day, miserable. Drugs and alcohol every single weekend, just partying my butt off. Miserable, bro. Miserable until I found this. And then I got into the spiritual side of success. And then I started following successful people like all the guys that you guys got to hear from yesterday and the two you're going to get to hear from after me. And I just literally dove into all that, man. And I'm like, dude, this is the dopest thing on planet Earth. This is crazy. The better I get and the better I help other people get, the more money I make. This is crazy. And so that's all I've ever done. But you guys have to be able to do what I'm doing with you guys right now with those people you're sharing this with. When you're presenting the opportunity, I'll spend this much time talking about all the things I'm talking about right now. I'm not saying anything about trading. And you're going to sign up more from the talk that we've just had than if I sat there and I just read the slides. That person could know nothing about tap to trade, nothing about Akashics, nothing about dream trips. But if I can cast a vision, I can tell my story, I can make it clear what's possible with this opportunity, they're going to get started all day. And so where I really want to wrap this up is this, man. When you guys are sharing this with people, you got to remember that every single person that's on the other end of that call has a pain point. Your goal is to figure out what that is. And if you can figure out what that is, every single person you share this with have no excuse to get started other than to get started. Because most people want what we have here. And so the thing that I want to remind you guys is perception is reality, man. When you're branding yourself, when you're talking about this opportunity, a lot of you guys who are getting ready to share this, how many of you guys, one's in the chat, how many of you guys are refraining from launching your business or sharing this with people because you haven't got results trading yet? You're sitting here like, bro, I don't want to go talk to the dude at the gym about Akashics and my daily choice because I haven't made any money trading yet. A lot of you guys. Here's what you don't understand. I don't sell trading. I sell the guarantees. Here's the thing. I can't guarantee you're going to make money trading, right? But I can guarantee if you get started with me, I'm going to turn you into a high-speed ninja in 90 days if you give me a few hours a week of your time. How do I know that? Because of my own track record. Here's what I can guarantee. I can guarantee you're going to grow your personal brand. I can guarantee you're going to learn more about sales, leadership, networking, personal development. I can guarantee you won't even be able to put a price tag on the growth you've found in yourself after 90 days. That's what I sell. So when you guys are scared to go share this with people, don't forget about what Robert Hollis said. The dude made $50 million sharing other people's success. You don't have to be the person with results to share this with people. But I even take that a step further. I was talking to my guy, Charlie. I see him in the chats. 19 years old, hit 10K affiliate or 10,000 volume. I don't even know what that rank is in this company with the new comp plan update quite yet. But he did that in his first 45 days. And then he hit me up and he's like, damn, I just had my first fall off. Hey man, how do you get it to where you share this with people outside of the trading results? And I feel like I'm attracting a lot of traders and all this other stuff. And I said, look, you got to start preaching, selling the sales, the leadership, the networking. These are guarantees. You know you can help people do these things because you've already got results. So when you guys are sharing this with people, you got to understand that. When I'm talking to people, well, how much money have you made trading yet? I haven't made any money trading, but that's not what I'm here to sell you. Well, what are you here to sell me? I'm here to sell you your dreams back. I can promise you, if you give me 90 days working with you, you will know more about sales, leadership, personal branding. You will be more connected to high successful people than you've ever been in your life in 90 days. You won't even be able to put a price tag on it. If you can promise me you can give me 1 to 2 hours of your time every single day, I can promise you I will help you earn income, and I can promise you I will help you change your life. That's how I talk to people, literally, on every single call. I don't even tell people I made money trading. I don't need to. I've gotten this far without it. Joey hasn't either. He's a Hall of Famer. It's crazy to me, man. Those of you guys that think you need to have a ton of results trading to build this business, I don't understand. Leverage your network to market your business, use other people's success stories, testimonials, just like Robert Hollis said. But most importantly, sell the value in things that you can guarantee. I can guarantee you're going to learn about sales. I can guarantee you're going to learn about personal branding, all these things. But most of you guys forget that. But that's why you're here. So before I pass this over to the next speaker, the question I want you guys to think about for yourselves is this. I don't know how long you've been in network marketing. I don't know how long you've been in Kashik's, My Daily Choice, any of these other partnerships that we have inside of this platform. But here's the question. If you had to put a price tag on the growth you've seen in yourself and the things you've learned and the people you've met over the course of time you've been involved in this space, what would it be? Because that's what you've gotten paid. It just hasn't shown up yet. That's how you got to think. I was talking to one of my boys, Jake. He's 23, 24 years old, just moved across the country to do this full time with us, trying to get his business off the ground. He's been busting his butt. And he was at a point before he moved here a couple months ago when he asked me, bro, like, how do you keep doing this when you're not making any freaking income? I said, Jake, if you had to put a price tag on the growth you've seen in yourself, the things you've learned, your network, etc., in the last 6 months you've been doing this, what would it be? He said, I don't know, bro, like 100,000. I said, you would pay $100,000 6 months ago to be who you are now. Don't forget that. It just hasn't shown up yet. That's something that most people can't understand is in network marketing and entrepreneurship. The problem is this, man, there is no guarantees. You are that guarantee. But as long as you keep close to the fire, as long as you stay close to these people, as long as you get on these calls, as long as you're a student of the game, as long as you take notes, as long as you journal and you build your discipline and you do these power list items and you develop your mindset like Karab said, and you use your network to market your business, you'll have success. And so that's really where I'm going to stop here. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully you guys got some value out of my segment. Now, the person I'm going to share this with and pass this over to doesn't need much of an introduction. And if you've heard me speak before, it's funny how this whole thing was formatted because normally I've always edified my man Joey Wilson for the last 2 years, and that's what I'm about to do right now. And so it's been a very easy process for me to do this because this dude has welcomed me into his life in a way that nobody else ever has. I mean, he feels more like family to me, and I've spent more time with him than I have my own family in the last 2 years. I was just up in Minnesota staying with him for a couple weeks, getting to hang out with his kids, his wife, and it's bigger than money, man. Obviously, he's a crown ambassador in this platform, damn near maxed out the comp plan in 6 months alongside Matt. And he's changed my life, man. He's taught me everything that I know from network marketing to leadership. He's literally taken me out of a place where I would have rather kept sleeping when I wake up and not live my life. And now wake up just fired up for greatness and wanting to go change as many lives as I can. And so this dude has been all over the world, 30 plus countries, spoken on all the biggest stages, 10,000 plus people in the organization multiple times, network marketing Hall of Famer. There's really nothing else I need to say here. Joey, I appreciate you, bro. Never, ever taken that for granted. Go ahead and take the spotlight, man.
Let's get it, my brother. Hey, a round of applause for Noah. Are you freaking kidding me, baby? Let's go. That was fire, bro. I don't even know how to follow that up. And I appreciate all the love, bro. I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for you. And so that's why, that shows the importance of events right there. He came to an event and he didn't even really know what the network marketing side was. He was there for the trading. He knew there was a little bit of an affiliate side. And we connected after that event. And he goes, bro, I quit my job. I'm all in. Let's do this thing. And I gave him a little roadmap to go hit. And he went and hit some goals. And then he came down to my house in Cali. And then I moved to Scottsdale and we ran together. And, that's what I ask people all the time is like, we're all looking for the aces, right? We're all looking for the aces. And when you find one, are you ready? That's just the thing. Are you ready? Is your passenger seat open for that runner? Because there's aces that are joining my entire organization every day, but I can't filter out, I can't see all those people. So that's where you guys come in. Are you ready? Are you in a position? Do you have the environment ready? Right? And I'm going to go over some of those things today, but here's what I want to know first. How long have you guys been with Akashics? Could you go ahead and type it in the chat? I kind of want to get a feeling of who I'm talking to. Have you guys been in for 6 months? Have you been in for a couple weeks? Have you been for a year? We got 1 day, 6 months, 3 to 4 months, 1 month, 1 week, 6 months, 3 months, 1 month. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go, baby. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Joey Wilson. I live up here in northern Minnesota. I'm originally from Stillwater, which is 20 minutes east of the cities. And with all the craziness in the world, I'm like, dude, when I have a family, I'm going to get up north on a lake and I'm going to have my peace. And then in the winters, we're going to head down to Scottsdale and or travel, right? And so, years ago, they said have a crystal clear vision of what you want your life to look like. And I wanted that lake home, and then I wanted to be able to bounce around and do whatever we wanted to do every single day. And this is the industry that found me and then I became in love with and just followed the system. I'm a product of the system that's in place. I'm a product of greatness that came before me and I just followed them. And look at that, it worked. And it's crazy. I wake up and I'm like, so many people join this industry and they fail. And I'm just like, why me? Why did God chose me to win? Because I have a freaking burning desire and I will not stop no matter what to fight for my family, for my team, for the freedom, right? And some of you guys understand that. So again, 2012, I got in this industry May 1st. Before this industry, I was just a young, hungry individual looking for a track to run on. I was a troublemaker growing up. I was the black sheep in my family, the middle child. My brother was the all-star athlete. My younger sister became a nurse. And I just couldn't figure it out. I was failing school. I was getting in trouble, and we were all taught go to school, get good grades, and then go get a good job and live happily ever after. Well, if I'm not getting good grades, where is that starting me out at? I'm never going to be able to get into a good college and then get a good career. And so I started hanging out with the idiots, and then I ended up getting locked up when I was 19. Got out when I was 21. And then my high school sweetheart picked me up that day, and I got a job at LA Fitness, and I bought a $600 car, Honda Accord, and I had a garbage bag full of clothes that wasn't even mine. And I made a decision: the day I get out, I'm gonna change everything. I'm gonna change my circle. I'm gonna start making decisions that are gonna benefit me and my future family. And I got a job at the gym. Wanted to get in the fitness industry, and I ended up meeting a guy that was making over 100,000 a month. He used to be a doctor. He sold his entire practice to go all in with this industry because he loved residual income. He said, figure out what your life, the crystal clear picture of what you want your life to look like, and then what's that number, right? Is it 10,000 a month? Is it 15,000 a month? Is it 50,000 a month? It doesn't matter what it is. Just figure out what that number is for you and then reverse engineer it, and let's get you enough residual income to cover those residual bills of that dream life. And then he said it's 1,000 days. Put the blinders on for 1,000 days and go hard for a season and watch your life change before your eyes. And that's exactly what I did. So 22 got started, 24 years old, hit my first six figures. It was 30 years old, got inducted to the $1 Million Hall of Fame. And now we're a part of the best journey I've been a part of in the last 13 years in the industry. And I've done pretty much everything with Matthew Thayer. And he's been my best friend for years, the best man at my wedding. And when he had some things cooking up over here at Akashics, and I was just like, dude, this is crazy. You're telling me this price point, this is the product offering. And, it's just great people, great leadership, and it's a place that I can bring my family to, right? Like the event in Fort Lauderdale, or it doesn't matter where it is. Like this company, I can bring my family to the environment that this company has, and that right there was a big one for me. The last deal I was a part of was ran by kids, and I was like, dude, how well is this going to end? Well, it didn't end well. I wanted to be surrounded by people like Robert Halls, people like Jefferson Santos, and people that have been around the industry, John Haremza, for 20, 30 plus years, living that great life, right? And not like these other guys that are just constantly hopping around. These guys, I mean, are stable, they're consistent, they're family people, and that's who I wanted to be around, right? And so grateful that Matt stuck this out, because I know he was here earlier on, 2 years ago, and I would watch him on Instagram. This is my boy, right? But I've built an army for network marketing and trading over the last X amount of years. And he was, talking about the sprays and the powders and this and that. I'm just like, oof, I would love nothing more than to run with you every single day, bro. But I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do all that. And I know some of you on this call probably push the product stuff, but I built that army for trading and network marketing. So when I came here, it was the perfect storm, because where we left, the opportunity was just, it was in the dirt. And my people were looking for, I mean, if we're talking trading in 2025, you better see some wins, right? Your team, your customers better start seeing some wins. And when I came here, it was just crazy. The tap to trade was just going nuts, and people that have been in my organization for 7 years. In my last trading deal, never traded. They didn't care to trade because of the simplicity here. They actually cared about trading and they were taking out withdrawals. And I'm like, well, if that's how this is, we're going to the top of the company. And because I believed it in my mind and Thayer believed it in his mind, boom, right? We went to the top rank of the company. And now the ranks are a little bit different. So there's a rank called Legend that we're shooting after. But it's been incredible. And it all starts right here. If you believe you can, you're going to go make it happen. If you believe you can't, you're going to sit and stay in this cycle and never really move the needle. And so I just believe really, really big. I dream big. I believe that we can pull it off. And then I put in the work every single day to back it up and stack wins, which eventually compounds over time to good things. So for me, I wake up every single day and I'm just looking for positive returns, right? You wake up, you can either drink a soda and eat a donut, or you can go to the gym and drink some water, and then you can eat clean. You can show people like every most people, they're not getting positive returns. They're not hitting the gym. They're not eating clean. They're not doing the deal. They're not putting their efforts towards something that can actually get them to a dream life, right? Most people are struggling. Most people are negative, and I needed out of that environment. I've been there before, right? And what I found about this industry is it's all it is thousands of people that are positive, excited, fired up, and they're chasing the best version of themselves and they're chasing their dream life. And that's what I get to talk about every single day, chasing your dreams and goals and chasing the best version of yourself. This is exactly the environment I want to be in, because as I'm speaking these things, my subconscious is hearing it and I'm speaking it and I'm writing my goals down and I'm talking with you guys about it. More and more good stuff just keeps compounding. So I just want to get on these calls and keep getting fired up and keep sharing the dream with people, because it's possible. I don't care your background. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what your degree is, nothing. All that matters here is that you have a burning desire to win and you're going to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes. And you're not somebody that quits everything you start. If that's you, you can take this thing as far as you want to. I promise you that. So, I know early on when I was trying to get people to sign up, I started at the bottom, right? I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have any credibility with people. I just got out of county, right? I didn't know, I didn't have that much influence with people. So I started at a 0. If a 10, if a 10 is being the most personally developed, most influential person you can be, I was starting at a 0. I had to start from scratch and build me, work on me. And so what I did is I just went out there every single day and I found people to show this thing to. I'd get on my Facebook. Hey, what's up, bro? I'm fired up and excited about something. I just met a really successful guy that shared an opportunity with me, and you're one of the people that I thought of. When do you got some free time? We could sit down at a coffee shop. And I just sent that message over and over and over. And I booked my calendar and I was nervous as hell with my iPad. And I'd pull up to Starbucks and I'd do the presentation, sweating, and I would be chopping it up. But that's where I had to start. And the people that I started getting in were people that had 0 influence, just like me. So we were sitting there together trying to call our contacts. We couldn't get anyone to come show up, let alone get started, right? And so I had to work on me. I had to get to the events. I had to get on the training calls. I had to read the books and listen to the audios, but most importantly, put forth the effort. Take action, because that's how you actually get better. I know a lot of people watch Noah do the presentations and they're like, oh, I want to watch them one more time just so I can get it right before I start doing it. Dude, just download the presentation, step out of your comfort zone and get your energy up and go crazy. Go show this to as many people as you can, because that's how you're going to get good, is just by going out there and falling on your face and seeing how bloody you can get. That's how you win in this industry, and stay positive 100% of the time. No matter what happens to you in this industry, it doesn't matter, because you know exactly where you're going. Everything else in between, from A to B, from where you're at now to where you're going, is just noise. So all of that doesn't matter. Stay positive no matter what, find quick solutions and keep moving forward. But for me, again, I didn't want to just be recruiting the zeros all the time, right? The ones and the twos. I wanted to start bringing in some people that could actually duplicate and bring in more people. So then it wasn't just me. I remember there was a time that I put in 30 personals down one leg, 30, before one of them got one. So what? Do it anyways, right? We talk about it all the time, driving depth. When I put someone in, I have 24 hours to either help you get one, or I'm going to get one in under your team so I can send you a congrats on the growth of your business message. And then that person, hey, here's how you set up your trading account. Here's how you navigate the website. But what we can do right away is let's get your easy ones. Who's the first couple people you could do it just because that would do it just because you're doing it, right? Who's the first couple people that you could get started just because you got started? Who's the first couple people that you could just call and say, hey, I need a couple $100 because it's the greatest opportunity of a lifetime, right? Who are those people? And all I did is I just kept driving depth, driving depth. And that's how this thing works. And sending congrats on the growth of your business text message. I had 115 people down a whole text line that I was sending. Even if they quit, I would put another one bottom left or put another one bottom right and send it up the whole line. Even if they were inactive, I don't care because they can get that spot back active. And at some point, we say it's like lighting a match and flipping it upside down. It burns up the stick. That's what happens. And that's what changed my life. I heard a training like that. When it comes to driving depth, every day you need one more person, whether it comes from someone on the team or it comes from you. You need someone on that bottom, someone on that bottom. And eventually it's going to light a fire and someone's going to look at their phone and it's going to say, congrats on the growth of your business. And they're going to think, dude, I can't even pay my bills this month. I'm ready to go all in. I'm so sick and tired of being sick and tired. That's what changed my life because then what ended up happening was then a couple people ended up blowing it out and putting in hundreds more. And that's what helped me become a six-figure earner in the industry was literally just the trench grind, driving depth. Not that I'm out there the greatest at this, but I'm just going to show as many people as possible and I'll just keep placing one on the bottom, and keep it going, right? And so again, I went to a training back in the day where the guy talked about it's about flipping the cards and looking for the aces because we all get someone in. Like I got this my buddy Josh Lutzen, who was a one, who we would sit there and it was just comical at one point. He couldn't get anyone to meet up with us. I'm like, everyone, he called everyone in his phone book and he couldn't get one person to meet up with us. And I'm thinking, dude, I'm trying to make this dude be an ace, right? When you get someone started, it's like, come on, be an ace. Who do you got? Don't wait for them. The aces will show up. Here's what I'll tell you. How many people on this call right now, if I could show you how to get off this call and go find an ace for your business, how many people would actually like to hear that? I'd like to see in the chat how many people would actually, if I can teach you exactly how to guarantee yourself an ace after this call, how many people would like that? Because I promise you they're out there. Write this down on a piece of paper if you're taking notes. The best place to find an ace is in the mirror, right? Look in the mirror. You're the only one on both sides of your team. If it is to be, it's up to me. I have to go out there and become the person that eventually brings in the aces, right? You have to, if you want to recruit a 10, you have to become a 10 first to be able to recruit that person. Okay, and here's some of the qualities of an ace, some ingredients: teachable and coachable, work ethic, credibility with their contacts, right? Doesn't quit everything that they start. Think and Grow Rich, chapter 1 says the starting point of all achievement is desire. That's it. Desire. If you have the desire, the rest will take care of itself. I don't know how to teach people how to have the desire. That's one thing I'm trying to figure out. I don't know how to do that. But if you have that burning flame inside of you to win at all costs, whatever it takes, no matter what, run through a brick wall. If you have that burning desire, you're going to win and you're going to find other people with it. People with burning desire, they're not hoping to succeed. They aren't interested in succeeding. They are absolutely burning alive to the core to win. To me, I didn't care how many cards I had to flip. I was just doing enough. I don't know how many cards you're going to need to flip. I don't know where you're at in your life, but you're going to have to just flip enough to find those aces. But if you keep pushing and keep going, you're eventually going to find them. Okay? Aces expect to win at the highest level. I mean, look at it. Look at athletes, for example. Take basketball. The physical ability is pretty similar with every NBA player out there. They can run fast, they can shoot, they can pass, they can do layups. Most of them can hit free throws. But what was the difference between Michael Jordan and the rest of the people? Because he wasn't faster than everybody. He wasn't a better passer than everybody. He didn't have the highest shooting percentage in the game. He expected it. He had more desire than anyone else, and he refused to be denied. Some people in this industry, or a lot of people in this industry, they treat it like a lottery ticket. You hope to win. It'd be cool to win. Like, yeah, maybe I can hit three, like three and free, or go platinum or sapphire. But diamond? Bro, I don't know if I can hit diamond. Elite ambassador? Yeah, right. Here's what I want you to understand. We are God's highest form of creation. You're all a winner. You've been designed to win and programmed to lose. You need to start hanging around people that are winning, and you need to have an expectation that you are going to get a victory in every area of your life the moment you get off this call. And let me tell you, if you're doubting yourself or second guessing if you can do this, everything you're believing in that regard is a lie from the enemy. And the truth is, you are designed to be a champion, and that's your destiny. And it's time to turn off the lies and listen to the voice of truth in your life. We're God's highest form of creation. You can do anything you want to do. I mean, it's just crazy. Think about it. I mean, cultures came around and started speaking languages. We all have different languages around the world. Like that in itself is crazy to me. Why can't we just all go legend? It's not that hard. It's just for me in my mind, it's like it's already done. It's so simple. Number three, aces deal with adversity different than non-aces deal with adversity. Think about that for a second. Aces deal with adversity different than non-aces deal with adversity. It's like the Rocky movie when he's talking to his son going through adversity. He said it's not about how hard you can hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. I remember when we were in Croatia, Noah was on a Rising Star panel that I was hosting, and the whole world was like, the whole the convention was like, how did he hit it that fast, bro? And so after the event, there was mobs of people around him. And after they were done talking to him, they would come over to me and they'd say, bro, yeah, I just got done talking to Noel, man. That's so dope that he hit it, dude. He's cruising. And I said, listen, he is crushing it and he's an absolute beast, but he's new to the game. Let's see what happens when we go back home because he hasn't really taken a full punch to the stomach yet. I want to see how hard of a punch that he can take. Right? Same with you guys. I want to see how hard of a punch you can take and keep moving forward. That's how this works. Aces deal with adversity different than non-aces deal with adversity. When adversity happens to me, I remember early on, my childhood best friend, I picked him up every single day. No BS. I picked him up every day. I bought him a Red Bull and Chipotle every day. I went and showed anyone that he wanted to show. I worked with them. I helped them. I was a man on a mission. He was a little bit of a sketchball and uh, he did some sketchy stuff and went to another deal, but then posted about how I'm just a POS leader, this and that. And I'm just like, that was one of my early adversities that I went through. That I was like, this dude, by the way, is the same dude that, told me in kindergarten that he's like, bro, if you give me I always brought the best lunch snacks and he never had any. He's like, bro, if you give me that, I'll give you my four-wheeler. And he was so convincing that I believed him. So when he left, I was just like, I'm not surprised, but really? You're going to post that? Because I know who I am. I know I'm a good leader. I know I'm a good person. And it was just a test. It's just a test. You have to go through it to get to the next level, right? And so how do you deal with adversity when someone leaves your team or someone quits or craziness happens? You stay cool, calm, and collected. You find a quick decision and you keep moving forward with positivity. Every single thing that happens to you in this industry, look for the learning lesson in it. And just understand when you do fall on your face or some craziness happens, it's all part of the journey. That's supposed to be how it is. You're being tested. Are you going to pass that test and keep moving forward? It's pretty simple in my mind. All of it is just noise. Look at it like it's not even real. These issues in your business, it's not even real. It doesn't even matter. These things are all on the internet. So it's so easy for me to just find solutions and keep moving. And that's what we've been doing for the last 13 years. And life just keeps going like this. Okay? So here's what it takes. Having a clear vision of your dreams. What's going to get you out of bed every single day? What's going to get you through that adversity when times get tough? Right? Whether that's from your job or maybe the kids at home or maybe your girl or maybe your whatever's going on in your life. You have to have a clear vision of your dreams that's so freaking strong that no matter what is going on in your life, there's nothing that's going to stop you from going after it and crushing the powerless to diamond, right? What are you prepared to do? What price are you willing to pay? Stats prove that people don't regret the things that they did do, they regret the things that they didn't do. Don't settle for average and don't play it safe. I could have stayed at my job. I could have played it safe working for somebody else, just barely getting by. But I wanted more for me and my family, and I'm sure that's what you guys want too because you're on this call. Okay, the effort is up to you. And so I always looked at it. My first mentor, David Peach, told me, he goes, if it is to be, it's up to me. You got to look at it that way. Don't wait on your downline. Don't wait on your cross line. Don't wait on your upline. If it is to be, it's up to me. And I got to go out there and pioneer it. Okay, how many people on this call know the story of the Noah's Ark? Obviously, probably everybody. God gave Noah some important instructions, right? And it was Noah's effort that saved Noah. Make no mistake about it. Sure, with God's help and God's blessing, but it was up to Noah's actions that saved him and a whole lot of people. It will be you. It will be your effort that will save you and your family from a financial crisis. It will be your effort that gives your family a better life. Okay? The next one's environment. So clear vision of your dreams, effort. The next one's environment. It's time to invest into you. You are your own most valuable asset. In order to be the best version of yourself, sometimes you need to distance yourself from other people. I remember when I first got started, I was living at my parents' house. They're actually here at my lake house right now. And my dad and mom would be upstairs. I'd be downstairs. My mom would be like, Joey, you need to come do the dishes. My dad would be like, Joey, don't focus on that crap. Focus on college. Because I was going to school full time and I was working full time. And it was just noise. They just don't know what they don't know. I know who I am. I know what I'm doing and I know where I'm going and I'm all in. And I had to create an environment that was conducive to me actually being able to go out there and win. And so I would get out of the house. I would drive to Burnsville, Minnesota, where my running partner was every day, a 45-minute drive each way. Remember when I said I drove depth, 115 deep, and then all the way up, the youth pastor that I enrolled finally said, oh my gosh, bro, I just logged into my back office. It's crazy how many people you put on my left team. I'm ready to go all in. That one person he put in after that, he paid for. His name's Mikhail Steele, and he ended up blowing out the other side. And I drove out to his house every day, 45-minute drive. We would go sit at Barnes & Noble, Starbucks, Caribou, and if it was past 10 p.m., we'd go sit at McDonald's. There was days we'd be up till 4 a.m. doing presentations. As crazy as that sounds, this is in our early 20s again. So, dude, when we were at McDonald's at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., we're still hitting people up, getting people to come through. Anyone who's still awake, we're getting the night owls. But that environment. So I needed to make sure I'm around people in places that are going to help me. So my best friends that I grew up with, they didn't want anything to do with this. So do you think I'm spending a whole lot of time with them? No, because if I'm trying to do this while I'm hanging out with them, they're just going to be ripping on it. And how good is that going to be for my mindset? There's people in your life that you're spending 10 hours with that you should be spending 10 minutes with. And then there's people that you're spending 10 minutes with that you should be spending 10 hours with. Okay, you got to be careful who you let in your presence in 2025. So that's it. And then here we go. I got McKalen. We drove depth. And then next person that called me, I was on a cruise with my team, Matthew Thayer. He goes, bro, I'm sick and tired of my job. I'm ready to go all in. Now I started driving an hour and a half and then an hour and a half home. And then an hour and a half out there, an hour and a half home, whatever it takes. I didn't care. He had people to show out there. I had to get out there. And then eventually I started living on his beanbag. Right? I had to do whatever it takes. So make sure your environment, where you're working, is a good place. The gym, that's always a good place. Lifetime, you can go work out. You can eat clean. There's a place to get some work done. Right? So that's key. And then be crazy enough to dream big and believe you can. If there's a few things that set me apart, is I'm crazy enough to believe that I can. I turn off the news because they don't want you to dream big. I stay away from people that don't believe in my dreams. And I just stay around people that elevate me and push me at next level. Next one is speed. This business is built off speed. It's like a jet taking off the tarmac. A jet can't go 30% speed and get off the ground. It has to go 100% and use the majority of its fuel in the takeoff. But then once you're off the ground, you're soaring through the air. So I'll tell you this. If you're gonna if you're gonna go do this thing and you want to hit some high levels, collapse time frames. Show as many people as you can. Say it takes 1,000 people, 1,000 exposures to go diamond. Well, why don't you just go get it done faster? Just go collapse the time frames because that's how you're gonna go hit legend, right? If you go show 3 people a week, that's not gonna help you get anywhere. Speed gives you a competitive advantage. Being able to act quickly and show prospects before somebody else. Over the years, I've heard it so many times. Dude, I was gonna show my cousin, but so and so came and showed him. I'm like, well, why didn't you show him? You got to go fast, bro. There's people out here that are showing people, and either you show them or somebody else is going to. Speed builds momentum, and when you have momentum, your team is energized and excited, and this can lead to a snowball effect for the entire organization. Moving quickly can help build and maintain momentum. People have asked me over the years, how do you motivate your team? The only way you can motivate them is by inspiring them with your actions, right? People don't do what you say, they do what you do. So if you're out there showing 3 to 5 presentations a day, grinding your face off, that's what your team is going to look at and be like, okay, that's what I need to do then. So the next one, the business world and especially network marketing is rapidly changing, and we need to be able to adapt quick. When there's a product change, adapt quickly. When there's a new compensation plan, we need to be able to adapt quickly. So again, speed. That's what Ollie and these guys are the best at. I'm telling you, I've been a part of deals where they keep saying something's coming, something's coming, something's coming. Stay the course, stay plugged in. Promise you something big's dropping. These guys are dropping the hottest in the industry faster than anybody else. And it's insane. So everything is here for us to win, right? We all have the opportunity to go out there and win. We all have the same comp plan. We all have the same products and services. We all have the same ownership. We all have the same leadership. But now you just need to go out there and make it happen. It's a rare thing. Most companies never see momentum. So when you have it, I always talk about, people say, what would you change if you could take some things back, or looking back at your career, what would you have done differently? In those seasons of momentum, I would have stayed up a little bit later. I would have pushed a little bit harder. I would have reached out to a little bit more people, because when you're in that momentum, everything just falls into place perfectly. So if you just push that gas down a little bit more, hit the NOS buttons, it's only going to compound everything you already have going on. So I would have just pushed a little bit harder. And this is that season. This is that season where you can push a little bit harder, because here's what I'll tell you. Me and Thayer have been through 3 different seasons where if you would have applied yourself and went all in for that season of momentum, you could have set yourself up for the rest of your life. You might need to go through a season of lull or drought for a little bit to get to that momentum. That's where a lot of people quit, because they're not willing to hang on, right? I call them like storm chasers of the industry. There's people that sell exteriors and door knock all year, whether there's a storm or not. But then the storm chasers come around only when the storm comes. And then the streets fill up, the door knockers fill up. Don't be those people. Stay excited in the downtime. Stay excited in the moments that aren't so exciting. And when those moments are exciting, when the momentum is there, you're going to be the one to benefit. So there's people in your life right now that are waiting for you to succeed so they can take the first step. How many people know that? There's people that are watching you, and they might not get started yet because they haven't seen you have results yet, but they need this. They're praying, they're looking for something. They're broke as could be, right? There's people in your life that are waiting for you to succeed so they can take the first step. There's people in your life that are waiting for you to win so they can be inspired and believe that they can go after it and make it as well. So here's what I'll tell you. Make a decision you're going to go all in for you and your family. Make a decision that you're going to go all in for you and your team. Make a commitment and say there's no other option. No matter what, I'm going to win. And the last thing is get on the leader's radar. I wouldn't be where I am today if I wasn't taking crazy action in the beginning and getting on my mentor's radar. He had thousands of people to work with. He was making $150,000 a month. I just got out of county, got my first job back out of, at LA Fitness. I was just a young punk kid. Thank God he didn't think too low of me to not show me. Thank God he had the mindset where he was just going to show everybody. But then I had to show him that I'm worth working with. And I wanted his mentorship. I wanted his guidance because I knew that mentorship is the biggest shortcut of success. And if I can get on his radar, he can help elevate me even faster. So I went out there and showed 3 to 5 presentations every single day. I listened to every single audio he ever told me to listen to. I read the books. I went to every single training, even when I didn't have money. When it wasn't convenient, I didn't care. Whatever it takes for as long as it takes, I got on his radar. And he came up to me one day and he goes, Wilson, you're the real deal. You got no holes in your bucket. You're going straight to the top. And here I was, 22 years old. That's my mentor. And at that moment, I already believed in my mind that I could probably go do this thing. But when he said, you're the real deal, when a guy like this told me, a lost young punk kid, that I'm going to the top, it connected with my reticulator activating system, and it launched me into the stratosphere. I believed without a shadow of a doubt after he told me that I can win in this industry. And I just started pushing even harder. And that's a tip for you guys. If you're on this call, the people that you work with, encourage them, love on them, let them know they're the real deal. Let them know they're going to the top. They got what it takes, because we don't really know until we actually do, until we get there. You see all these top earners winning. Yeah, is it ever going to happen for me? I see it's happened for Thayer. Dude's got such a nice beard, nice flow hair, beautiful wife. Is it really going to work for me? I don't know. Well, there's only one way to find out. But when I was putting forth the work, and then he came and told me that, everything skyrocketed, and I got to spend more time with him, and I got to learn more from him. An amazing individual that taught me a lot about more than just network marketing. And so that changed everything for me. There's people out there looking and they're praying. Most people are struggling. The middle class is getting wiped out. My mentor who you just saw, he used to say that in presentations. He goes, I don't want to be the doom and gloom guy, but the middle class is getting wiped out. And then it's just going to be poor and wealthy. And that is even more real than it was back then when he told me. People are looking for an opportunity. People are praying. It's our job to go show them with passion and excitement. And it's my duty to do so, because I know what this industry has done for me. I know what this industry has done for my family, and I know what this industry has done for my team. This is like the gateway to entrepreneurship. They're coming in here, like Noah says, and they can learn branding, marketing, leadership, trading, high paying skill sets that are worth learning. And a lot of times, if they don't stick around, because this path isn't everybody's path, everybody's got their own journey to success, everybody's got their own journey to wherever it is that they're going. I have only seen benefits from this industry because it's like a massive mastermind with people that actually have results, people that are winning, and the people that do have results, they have a vested interest in you winning, in them winning. So we're here just to pull up everybody, just like my mentor pulled me up. When I got to 5,000 a month, he called me, and I'll never forget it. He's like, Wilson, we got to get you to 25,000 a month. And I'm just like, bro, I love this industry, dude. This guy actually cares about me winning. This is craziness. So don't listen to the noise. The noise is noise. The loudest boos come from the cheapest seats. Consider the source. If someone doesn't have the lifestyle that you want, don't take advice from them. Most people don't even have $25,000 in their bank account, but they're giving financial advice and advice on what you should be doing. Hell no. I'm good. I know exactly where I'm going. I have a crystal clear picture in my mind where I'm going, and I just reverse engineer it. And I do the simple daily disciplines versus simple daily errors in judgment compounded over time. And that's how you win. That's how you take an average kid with above average goals and dreams with nothing but just pure desire. And then a decade later, life is completely different. So the last thing I'll say is, if you want to get on the leaders radar, get registered for Fort Lauderdale, July 12th through 13th. It's going to be an amazing convention where you guys are going to be able to come and learn from us in person, from the top earners, from the educators. There's a diamond yacht. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be great for your marketing. And I promise you this, if it wasn't for the live events, myself, Robert Hollis, John Haremza, Matthew Thayer, Ali, Noah, and any other top earner, any other leader you can think of would not be here today if it wasn't for those events. Absolutely not. Push them in or push them out. Because if you don't push them to the event, they're They're quitting anyways. So whatever it takes, get resourceful. And most people aren't resourceful. Most people aren't entrepreneurs. Help people be resourceful. Dude, whatever it takes. I borrowed my girl's $5,000 credit card and then her mom's minivan, and I packed it out and packed the hotel room with peanut butter jelly sandwiches in our squad. And we sat up in the nosebleeds. And that's where I got lit on fire at that event to say, I'm burning the freaking bridge. I'm going all in and I'm turning my plan B into my plan A. And this is what's going to happen. It's already done. So get to Fort Lauderdale. I'm excited to see you guys there. I'm going to pass it over to my business partner here and let him share a few things. I know he's got some good stuff planned for this call that you guys will definitely want to hear. I hope he talks about the annuals and how simple it is for you guys to, I mean, look at it this way. You want to go hit diamond before a convention? Go get 13 annuals on your left team and 13 annuals on your right team. Boom, diamond is done. It's not that hard. It's really, if you believe it in your mind, it's already done. It's already done. I'll see you guys at Diamond. Matthew Thayer, one of the best in the world, one of the best hearts. He's a great father. He's a great husband. I know that because I've been around him for years and years and years. And he has changed over the years to be an amazing individual. I mean, just all the personal development that we get to pour into and the mentorship and leadership that we've been able to follow. It's kind of hard not to become great in this industry and just a great person in general, but that's what he is. And that's why I called him one day. I said, buddy, we need to lock back in together and take this thing to the moon because there's no one else I'd rather run with than my brother, Mr. Matthew Thayer. So with that being said, I'm going to kick it over to you, bro. Appreciate everything you do for this company. I know you're working sun up to sundown every single day. And you call me and you're like, bro, I'm just on back-to-back calls, pioneering everything on the back end, and then I'm on the front. We're building this thing like crazy. So you're doing it at the highest level, bro, and our dreams are a reality because we made the decision to follow the system and follow great leaders. So I'll pass it over to you, bro, and we'll go from there.
Well, first and foremost, man, happy Father's Day. You as well are an incredible father and a great example of how to really, build a dream life and just work your butt off. And you're living, what we talked about for years. And I'm extremely proud of you. Thank you so much for what you do for this company, how you just poured out to every single person on this call. I'm so appreciative of you, bro. And that goes for everybody else that spoke too during this boot camp. Noah, man, like you are the real deal, bro. If you're still on this call, which I see you are, dude, you are the real deal. And you are gonna go places. I mean, you've already gone places in this industry, but you are destined to become a multiple seven-figure, eight-figure earner, in this industry. The amount of heart that you have, the way that you speak, and just the way that you've grown throughout the years, that I've been able to watch for the first year or so out from the outside, but then now working personally with you over the last year, I'm completely astounded. And Robert Hollis, thank you so much for pouring, into the community. You're at a level in this career where, you could easily just say, you know what, I'm good. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna enjoy the money that I've made. And I'm gonna hang out with my family, but instead you pour day in and day out for everybody. Karab, thank you so much for the value that you bring. And then last but not least, Ali, if you're still on here as well, man, like you do so much with me day in and day out on the back end, but then also on the front end, just going out there and building this thing. And last but not least, all of you guys that are on this call right now.
I currently have to sneak into the White House, legally change my name to Diddy, and sneak into Area 51. God, why? To start this off, I flew to Vegas to hide my first.
I don't know how you get that off. I don't know where that came from. I want to give it up to every single one of you guys that are on this call, right? I want to say thank you so much for spending the last couple days just pouring into yourselves and just being here and also being attentive. Like a lot of you guys are still on this call after being and listening to five different speakers. That takes a lot. That takes a lot of discipline. Obviously today, it's Sunday, it's Father's Day. A lot of you guys could be doing 10 million different things, but you guys are on here to get value. So I just want to say I appreciate every single one of you guys. There is a couple things I want to talk about, before I jump into kind of the meat and potatoes of what I wanted to talk about. First and foremost is now, guys, what's available for Akashics here in the United States. It was already available in Europe, was the ability to use Klarna for people to be able to sign up. So what that means is when you get somebody to sign up, they have the option now to use the pay service of Klarna. Now, Klarna is a way to basically push payments out either 3, 6, or 12 months. So you can now get someone started on the yearly, and they can use Klarna to spread that payment into a monthly payment for the entire year. So they get all the things that the yearly is, right? They get the $200,000 Prop Firm Challenge account. They get Akashics for the entire year. But then as the user, they just pay Klarna. So it's a very, very cool thing that Akashics did, that Josh did. It's not an easy thing. You know, Josh worked his butt off to get this done. It's not a small deal. It's a very, very big deal. We are the first trading platform in the industry to ever be able to offer Klarna in the United States. Like that is unheard of. So it's a huge, huge opportunity for people that, maybe struggle financially, that, don't have like $1,500 to commit to a year and to really just go all in. Now they can. Now they can genuinely get that same exact impact on an affordable budget. So that was one of the first things I want to talk about. That's already available also, guys, in Europe as well. Joey touched on Fort Lauderdale, but I want to let you guys know July 12th is really going to be a completely different type of an event that MDC's never done. This event is very tailored to what you're experiencing the last couple days. At this event, we are going to strategically go through how to go from just starting the business to getting to a level like of a Robert Hollis, to a Joey Wilson. And everybody that you get to go to this event will leave that event knowing exactly what they have to do to go be successful. If you want something from this business, you should not miss the event. If you miss the event, you're just doing yourself a disservice. Like, we don't really benefit from you guys going to the event. This is really for you. And when I was going through my career, the one reason why, like Joey said, we're all here right now is because we never miss an event. So July 12th, let's pack out that event. Let's get as many people as we possibly can. We still have a couple more weeks, guys, for you guys to be able to go diamond. We're going to do a diamond and above yacht party. So it's going to be a lot of fun out there in Fort Lauderdale. Now, the last little update that I want to talk about that a lot of people might have missed out on is it's the buyback promotion. So type 111 in the chat, guys, if you're even familiar with the buyback promotion. I'm going to show you guys just really, really quick in the back office how to find all the people that are inactive in your business, so then you can reach out to them and then you can basically help them get restarted. You can reach out to them. You can say, hey, come back. It's only $99 to come back, guys. It's only $99 to come back. And on top of it, they're also getting another $10,000 Prop Firm Challenge account. So they can get a restart on the inactives. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. I know this is a lot of technical stuff right now, but I wanted to be able to get through this first. So on the left-hand side, if you log into mydailychoice.com, log into your back office, if you guys look here on the left-hand side under reports, you can go to the subscription report right here. So if you click subscription report, obviously, guys, I'm not going to look through my entire organization. There's over 21,530 people on this list right here. So what you guys want to do when you get to this subscription list is you first just want to go through who have you signed up. So you can type in one right here where it says levels. So if we go here, guys, it says levels. And if you just put one there, this is going to be everybody that you signed up. So when you hit search, it's going to pull up all of your personal. See how it's a lot less people? It's only 341. And these are 341 people that I've personally enrolled. Now, you can export this list. When you export this list, it'll pull it out into a form, and I'll pull this form for you guys. One second. you can pull this form out, and everyone that has a 3 is an inactive person. And all your personals you should know. All these people that you've enrolled, you should know. So you can just type their name in, you can see their name, and then you can go reach out to those people and you know, you can get them reactive. You can let them know, hey, we have a promotion going on right now. You can come back, you can come back for $99. You can get a $10,000 prop firm challenge account, and you know, you can give this thing a shot. So that's one thing that Josh did, guys, and that ends on the 20th. So you know, just use that, right? I'm using it. I'm reaching out to all the people that are inactive, and you know, I'm seeing how many people that I can get back on board. But those really are the 3 biggest things that I wanted to make sure that I talked about before we get into what I really wanted to talk about today. But Klarna's huge, right? You know, helping people be able to get started on the yearlies, getting everybody to Fort Lauderdale, and then the buyback promo, guys. That's huge, right? And I mean, I don't even actually, I forgot this as well. Josh also did anybody that goes diamond for the first time this month is getting an extra $1,500. So if you go diamond this month, guys, you're getting an extra $1,500 bonus, which is it's crazy what this company does. You know, I'm so grateful for Josh. I'm so grateful for the corporate team that we put together, and just all of the leadership, you know, that's involved inside this company. You know, when I came here, you know, 2 years ago, this company was amazing, right? Like this company already did amazing things. They did hundreds of millions of dollars in sales. But when I sat down with Josh initially, you know, I had to be real with him. As you guys know, I come from the trading space. You know, me and Joey, we had massive success in the trading space. When I came to Josh and I saw what they had with Akashics, you know, I just knew it was not going to be enough. It was not going to be enough for us to be able to really gain traction in a very, very competitive space. And I told Josh this. I said, you know what? I want to come here. I like you as an owner, as an operator. I can tell from your story, from what you've done in the past. You're an incredible CEO. But I said, Akashics, you know, is just a front end website. There's nothing there. You have one educator that teaches one time a month, and you're charging $200 a month for your service. And for those of you guys that just got started and you look at Akashics, what it is today, I know you're probably looking at it like, wow, this is incredible. And I'm willing to bet that some of you still have things that you complain about with Akashics. There's probably little things that you look at Akashics and say, you know what, I'm not happy with this, right? This needs to be fixed. This is not perfect. Well, I'm going to tell you guys today that this is the worst Akashics will ever be, and it's always going to continue to get better. Because when I came here, I told Josh what really needed to change, right? I told him we needed simplicity, we needed an app, we needed educators, we needed to lower the price point, we needed 3 and free, you know, and usually CEOs have some type of ego. Usually, as a CEO, it's either my way or the highway. You know, Josh could have easily said, you know what, Matt, I've already made 100 plus million. You know, we've done hundreds of millions of dollars in sales with this company. Why should I even listen to you? But instead, Josh said, you know what, Matt, I've been waiting for somebody to come through the door. I have zero ego when it comes to trading, and let's go create something special together. That shit just showed me right there that he just wants to win. And over the course of a 4 hour period in Vegas, we just got to talking, and we talked about the space. We talked about how competitive it is. We talked about how confusing the trading space is. We can all agree that if you came from another company, most of you probably left that company because you didn't get any value, and you also didn't get any results, and you didn't really know who to follow or what to do. So we talked about these things, and we said, what do people want? People want simplicity. People want to be able to get into an environment and receive value right away. And you know, after the 4 hours, I ended up leaving that room, and Josh says, we're going to get it done. And that was December of 2022. I launched this business January of 2023. So a little over 2 weeks. And that was during Christmas. Remind you guys that there's Christmas during that time. There's also New Year's. But Josh still said, you know what? I'll get it done. And this was the first thing that Josh did for me to really solidify him as a person, to let me know that when he says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. Over the course of 2 weeks, he created everything, and I launched, guys, January 1st with a brand new app with Akashics at 149. We onboarded some educators, and we went to work. And for the first year, we built this thing out. It was an up and down rocky road. We had a lot of things that we had to fix. We had a lot of things that we had to figure out. But in 2024, we developed our flagship product of Tap to Trade. We found TradeX Mastery in April to partner with to offer the $10,000 prop firm challenge accounts. And that really made us dynamic. And once we had those two put together, we were able to take two of the biggest concerns for brand new customers away. The first concern for a lot of people when they get into the trading space is they just don't know what to do. They can't control their emotions. They don't know how to execute a trade successfully. And they also just don't know how to manage their trades. So Tap to Trade gave us that way for them to be able to just do it. It didn't matter their age, didn't matter their experience, didn't matter anything. They could at least give this thing a chance. The $10,000 prop firm challenges account, that made the fear of losing money out of the equation because we're giving them now the money to trade with. That helped us become dynamic. And now over the last 12 months, we've built on the testimonials, the results, and the field and the community guys getting paid, right? Getting withdrawals. Now, to put this into perspective, when I launched here with Akashics, there was only 200 customers in Akashics when I launched. 200. Now, I just showed you my back office. And there's over 21,300 people in my back office now. Active in my business is 18,000. So from 200 in 2 years, a little over 2.5 years, over 21,000 people just in my organization. Imagine how many people went into Robert's organization, how many went into Jefferson's organization, John Harem's organization. So I wanted to start today with that so you guys can have a little bit more of an understanding of where we are, where we've been. But now I really want to help you guys imagine where we're going. Because if we can take something from nothing, right, and get it to where it is today, imagine what we're going to do over the next 6 months. I wish I could tell you guys some big announcements that happened over the last 72 hours of new things that are coming to Akashics. Like I wish that I could give you guys all of the information of where this thing is going. But here's what I will say. I promise you that this will be the best trading platform that anyone's ever seen. That this platform will work whether a leader is there or not. That this platform will appeal to anybody. That this platform is going to provide so much value that it's going to self-build itself. And I am so excited to develop this thing over the next 90 days, over the next 6 months, and really just drop so many different things for you guys. But the future's bright. Where we are going is so bright. And what I would like to do today, and my whole segment that I was going to talk about is, one, I really want you guys to understand the compensation plan, right? I want you guys to understand how to make money in this business because, Robert did a great job. Ali did a great job. Noah did a great job. And you guys should really leave this boot camp feeling inspired. You should know, how to really go build this business. But you know what? At the end of the day, if you don't know how to make money and if you don't have like a specific goal in mind and you don't know how to get to the number that you need, at the end of the day, you're still not going to chase that, right? You're not going to stay motivated. So I want to give you guys that clarity. I had to give you the clarity on where we are with Akashics, where we're going, but now let me help you go make some money. So, this is the process, right? I'm gonna share how to make money in this comp plan, but I'm also gonna share a story at the same time because I want to paint a picture for all of you guys. Let's just pretend right now, all of you guys, right? Let's type in the chat start over, right? Let's all completely just start over. We are all at zero. We have nobody on our teams. We've never talked to a single person. We just joined. Noah just showed us the presentation, and just out of pure excitement, I said yes, and you guys all said yes. We are brand new people. There's no prior history to network marketing. I'm going to give you guys the story that you need to build inside of this company. And I'm going to help you guys understand what to do when you leave this Zoom and how you can go make money. So take out a notebook, grab a pen, and just please, over the next 20 minutes, this will probably only take 20, 25 minutes max. Write down every single thing that I say and just please study it, please learn it. And if you apply it, you can have the same exact results that I've had, that Robert's had, that Noah's had, that Joey's had. And I'm going to help you make a mindset shift really, really quick. A mentor told me at one time, I'm never going to teach you something that doesn't work. Because inside of network marketing, the only way I make money is if you make money. Like everything that I'm going to teach you, everything that I'm going to tell you is to help you go make more sales. Because if I help you go make more sales, guess what happens for my business? I make more money. That's what I love about this business. No one will ever tell you the wrong information. Like if someone's made money in this industry, they're not going to tell you the wrong thing to do. So everything that I'm going to tell you right now is exactly what you need to do. So I want to say welcome. Welcome to the business. Congratulations on getting started. I am beyond excited. This is the first question that I ask every single brand new person. Write this question down. All right. Welcome to the team. Do you want to make a little bit of money doing this, or do you want to make a lot of money doing this? Type in the chat really quick. I'm asking you this, guys. I'm asking every single one of you guys this questions right now. Do you want to make a little bit of money doing this, or do you want to make a lot of money doing this? The first thing that you have to do with every single brand new person that joins your business, guys, you have to set expectation. You have to. If someone says they want to make a little bit of money, it's okay. Let them know that they're going to have to do this on a part-time basis then. They're going to have to do this on nights and weekends. If they want to make a little bit of money, if they want to make some part-time money, okay, cool. Yeah, do this nights and weekends. Might be 5 hours a week. Still treat them the same, but what we're really looking for, we're looking for a lot of money. I'm going to give you guys 5 characteristics while we go through this story of some check marks that you want to look for some people as well. Write this down. Number 1 characteristic that you want from people is desire. When you ask that question, hey, do you want to make a little bit of money or do you want to make a lot of money? If they say, I want to make a lot of money, ding, ding, they got some desire, right? So write that characteristic down, guys. Number 1 is desire. Now, you have to give these people a roadmap. When someone says they want to make a lot of money, the first thing I tell them is I say, a lot of people tell me they want to make a lot of money. And a lot of people tell me they want what I have, but they're not willing to do what I did to have what I have. So I have to ask you another question. Are you willing to do what I did in order to have what I have? I have to get a couple yeses. So in their brain, they're already committed. If you can do that, guys, type 1 in the chat. If you guys can ask those questions to your people, type 1 in the chat. Will you do what I did to have what I have? Because I get you want to make a lot of money, but guess what? I get that a lot. That goes into our second characteristic, guys, which is teachable and coachable. The second characteristic is teachable and coachable. And when I ask that person, are you willing to do what I did to have what I have? That lets me know right away if they're going to be teachable and coachable. Because that person's going to ask one of two ways. One, it's going to be yes, whatever you tell me, I'm doing it. Number two, it might be, well, what does that entail? If someone asks me, what does that entail? For me, I'm already questioning what their teachable and coachable index is. The next step, guys, moving from this is what I do personally. Is if Robert says that he wants to make a lot of money and that he's willing to do what I did to have what I have, I say, Robert, if you want to be successful, you need an accountability partner. In life, in fitness, and then especially in this business, we all need an accountability partner. What's an accountability partner? An accountability partner is someone that is going to do this with you because you're doing it. And I say, Robert, if you want to be successful during this next 12 months, you're going to need somebody to lean on. You're going to need somebody to run side by side with. This could be your best friend, this could be your family, this could be someone that you're close friends with. For me, for you, this is what it's got to be. You have 4 flat tires today. You have 1% battery on your phone. You need $150 to get home. Who are you calling? Who are you calling, Robert? I'd probably call my wife. I'd probably call, so and so. He said me. He says he's calling me. Okay. Pretend like I'm not in his business yet. So I want to stay in what's called the white hot market. There's really 3 phases of markets, right? There's the cold market, there's the hot market, and then there's the white hot market. I want to stay in the white hot market. So the accountability partner, the 4 flat tires, the 1% better on their phone, that person that they're calling is the white hot market. Because in our compensation plan, this is the first way we get paid, is the daily pay. The daily pay happens when you make a sale. So there is a clock that goes above everybody that I sign up. If I just signed up Robert and I said, hey, do you want to make a little bit of money? You want to make a lot of money? He says, I want to make a lot of money. I say, okay, are you willing to do what I did to have what I have? And he says, yes. Boom. A 48-hour clock just went above Robert's head. That 48-hour clock is my clock that I have to get him $25. I have to get him paid within 48 hours. And we go for that accountability partner. Let's say that accountability partner is Noah, and Noah's local. And I say to Robert, okay, well, hey, what's Noah doing right now? I do not want you to explain this. I don't want you to try to go sell Noah. Go ask Noah if he's free right now. Robert texts Noah and says, hey, Noah, what are you doing right now? Noah says, I'm at work. Why? What's up? I coach Robert on saying, hey, when do you get done? Let's meet up. Because here's the deal. Along this journey, you want to teach your people to not spill the beans. As soon as someone goes into explaining this, there's 3 questions that people need to have answered before they join. And one of them is, can they do it? The minute that the person that you signed up starts explaining it to their network, their entire network just starts to believe that they can't repeat what that person just did to them. It becomes too complicated. So I tell Robert, figure out when he's free. So Robert messages Noah back. It's not a big deal, man. Don't worry about it. You're at work. What are you doing later? Nothing, man. I have no plans tonight. Awesome. Hey, I'm coming over. Now, if this person's a white hot market, that's not weird. Like if I'm I'm Joey's best man in his wedding. And I text him if he's free and I just say, hey man, I'm coming over later. That's not going to be weird. Yes, if it's a warm market, if it's just an acquaintance, they're going to want to know why you're coming over. But normally, it's not weird to just come over. Now, if they're not local, I want to give you guys all a chance too. If they're not local, you just want to do the same process, but you just want to see when they're free. So if Robert's going to expose Noah, but Noah's not local, you just say, hey, when are you free tonight? I have something that I have to share with you. You just clear the date. It's called clearing the date. Boom, you clear the date. We expose that person together. Now, there's a couple different ways to expose somebody to the information. I dropped this video. I'm going to drop it again really quick. I made a 10-minute video. Let me just grab the link here. I'm going to drop this in the chat. Drop that in the chat. I made a 10-minute video, right? This video goes through the entire information of Akashics and also how to make money. So let's just pretend I don't know how to do the presentation. Robert obviously doesn't know how to do the presentation. He just got started, but we're going to go expose Noah and we're going to do it not local. So I have Robert clear the date with Noah, clear the time, and I advise Robert to say, hey, I'm excited. I need you to see what I saw at whatever time, right? Let's say it's 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, Robert sends the video to Noah and says, hey, I'm going to call you in 12 minutes. Is that cool? Noah will say, yeah, sure, whatever. Now, when Noah watches the video 12 minutes later, Robert's going to put me on the phone with him with Noah. And when we get on the phone, all Robert needs to do is first say to Noah, that was awesome, wasn't it? Hey, I have one of my really good friends, Matt, here. He's actually the one that got me started in the business. You know, he's crushing this thing. You know, he's all in. Robert's going to talk me up whether I've made money or not. He's just going to say I'm an awesome person. I'm all in this business that we just saw together, and that I'm helping him do this because, guys, one of the questions I said, can they do it? But another question is there going to be help? Are you going to help me? Right? So saying that I'm helping Robert already is telling Noah subconsciously that he's also going to have help. Now, Robert steps out of the picture, right? He steps out of the picture and I talk with Noah and I said, what's going on, man? So, hey, are you ready to get started? I ask right away if he's ready to get started because Noah's going to tell me some type of objection, right? He's going to say, I don't know, man, this looks like a pyramid scheme. You know, it looked cool, but like, you know, do I have to recruit people to make money? Why do I have to pay 149? I don't have the money, I don't have the time, blah, 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 blah. Now, as a leader, I'm not going to go too deep into this because you're most likely going to use an upline that understands this stuff, but we'll answer that objection. And we're going to have other trainings that we go through this, but I want to get through this compensation plan and I need to just teach you guys the basics. I'm going to answer those objections. I'm going to tell my story. And by the end of it, because Noah and Robert has such a great relationship, Noah ends up getting started. Now, what I did there is I helped Robert make $25. And Eric Worre said this. He said that if you can help someone make $25 within their first 6 months, they will stay for another 6 months. Well, guys, with this company, we can help people make money within the first 24 to 48 hours. Because psychologically, if I help Robert make money immediately, if anybody in his network ever tells him that it's a scam and that this doesn't work, now he has the story of, well, I've already made money. Because one of his friends, one of his networks might say, nobody ever makes money with those things. And Robert can say, well, I did. And there's a system inside of what we're doing that does get people paid. So you should check it out. See how powerful that is? So the first way we get paid, guys, is signing someone new up. But the second way we get paid is what I did, right? I helped Robert show his white hot market. And when Robert makes that sale, guys, the second way we get paid is that second level. We make $12.50 when we do that. So boom, I signed up Robert, I made $25. I helped Robert sign up Noah, and I made $12.50. That's the first way we get paid, guys. That is powerful, and that is daily. So now we just want to duplicate that. Every single one of you guys should be duplicating this every day, all day long. You should be going into everybody's white hot market trying to get that easy one. And the easy one goes like this. Okay, cool. We signed up Noah, and I say the same thing to Noah. Hey, Noah, you want to make a little bit of money or you want to make a lot of money doing this? Noah says, man, I want to make a lot of money. Well, hey, guess what? Here's the deal. Are you willing, though, to do what I did in order to have what I have? Noah says, yes. All right, cool. Well, hey, Noah, you need an accountability partner. Let's pretend like Robert is not in the picture, right? Because you're Robert's, right? You're Robert's flat tire person. But no, let's just say you had 4%, or I'm sorry, 4 flat tires, 1% battery in your phone. You needed $150 to get home. Who are you calling? Noah says, man, I got my best friend Andrew that I could show this to. All right, cool. What's Andrew doing right now? Same process, guys. But I'm going through the same process while Robert is watching what I'm doing. Because here's the biggest thing that Joey said while he was talking. People do what you do, not what you say. So what I'm doing is I'm helping Robert understand the process of how to go build this thing. So now I go help Noah go sign up Andrew with the same way that I helped Robert sign up Noah. But guess what I did for Robert? I helped him make $12.50. Now Robert might not have even done anything. But guess what that did psychologically for Robert? He looks at his daily pay, he sees a notification go across his screen that he made $12.50 and he did nothing. He wasn't even there. Robert texts me and says, hey man, why did I make $12.50? Well, Robert, you said you wanted to make a lot of money, so I'm just showing you what I did. Here's what I did. I took Noah and I helped him sign up Andrew, and because I did that, you made $12.50. Guess what you can do? You can go sign up another person, and then you can go do the same thing. And guess how many times you can do that? You can do that to infinity. Oh, now Robert's imagination is through the roof. He's like, oh my God. So you're telling me I can make a YouTube video, I can make a TikTok, I could talk to my entire social media, I could talk to my Facebook, I could talk to my Instagram, I could talk to everybody. Let's say I go set up 100 people and I go do that 100 times. And then I teach them how to do the same exact thing. You start to create duplication. You start to create energy. You start to create what you want in your business by just two simple ways to get paid in this business. Two ways. I haven't even said the other ways that we get paid yet. Just the first two. After the first two, the next thing that you want to do is you want to say, Robert, here's the deal. That $150 that you pay for the education, that's just one product, right? Like you bought the product for education, but you have to understand something. The business that you got started as well, that's a completely different product. This product comes with education, self-development. This comes with so much more. But here's what I want to do for you. That product, that education, that's going to take a little bit of time, right? Like you could have some success. You could pass your Profit from Challenge account. Tons of people have done it. But here's what I want to do. I want to help you not pay that $150 anymore. So I helped you sign up Noah. Noah went and signed up Andrew. You're excited. You know, you made money, but let's go get two more people. I want you to make a list of 200 people from your network, their first name, their last name, and their phone number. And I want you to have the mentality that some will, some won't, so what? And here's the deal. We're going to start showing that 200. The next step in this business is I just want to help you waive your monthly fees. Let's waive that 150. Coda, let's waive that 150. And we're going to do that by just referring two more people. Boom. We go start showing that 200. We waive those monthly fees. We celebrate Robert like he just became a 7-figure earner in this business. We post him in the chat. We celebrate him. We let Robert know, man, now guess what? Your fees are gone. You've made $75 from personal enrollments. You made an extra $12.50 a couple times because we helped them go a couple levels deeper. Congratulations, Robert, man. If you can go 3 and free, guess what you else can do? You can go platinum. You want to know how you go platinum? You help those 3 go do the same thing. This business is easy, guys. It's just about duplication. It's about duplicating the small things. Everybody else that talked this weekend, they talked big picture. They talked about big mindset shifts. They talked about big things. I'm teaching you little things that will compound over time, and it will magnify in the long term if you just get to duplicate these little things. So boom, you got the easy one. Boom, you went level deeper. Boom, we waived Robert Hollis's monthly fees. And then now he's asking, okay, what's the next step? Let's go help those 3 waive their monthly fees. Let's go get you to platinum. Boom. We go to those 3. We do the same exact thing. He grows a team to 10. He's a platinum. He's a platinum inside this company. I'm going to jump over to my whiteboard. I'm going to pull up my whiteboard here, guys, because now, once you've gotten to this point, once you've gotten to that platinum point, we're all there now. Everybody on this call knows exactly how to get to that point. Platinum, guys, really is just time, energy, and consistency. But I want to unlock something for all of you. I'm going to draw some stuff out really quick, and I want just to unlock the potential of what your life can become. Because, okay, let me tell you something here real quick, right? All right. Yesterday, I drove 4.5 hours. I played a football game. I'm 35 years old. We won 36-6. I played tackle football, guys. 11 on 11. I'm a 35-year-old playing with some 22-year-olds, 24-year-olds, 25-year-olds. Half the time I drive a Porsche 911 Turbo S to practice. Every single person on that field asks me, dude, what do you do? I tell them, I same thing Noah says. I build sales teams all over the world. We help people learn how to make money, and I can teach you. The life that this has been able to give me, guys, is what I'm going to teach you. Because if you can go platinum, if you can just establish these little things and you can duplicate this over time, you can have the life that I have. Joey just built a massive, beautiful home on the lake with his 2 children, his wife. I've seen it time and time and time and time again. This next step, you have to believe that it's possible. Because the little things that I just taught, that's what's going to compound to what you guys see where we are. That's it, right? That's the next step. It's just duplicating on a massive level. So I'm gonna jump over here and going to screen. All right. So we're gonna draw out what we just did, right? All right, everybody. Let's congratulate Robert on getting started in the business. Everybody say, welcome Robert to the team. Let's drop a welcome Robert in the team. He just got started. You guys hear me? Welcome Robert, welcome Robert, welcome Robert. All right. Robert just got started. All right, so we went through the process. We got Noah started. So boom, here's Noah. We're gonna make Noah green. All right, guys. So in this business, guys, we have a left team, we have a right team, right? We're gonna get into the other ways we get paid. But Robert just got Noah started. I'm gonna put Noah over here. Now remember, we went through Noah, we went a level deeper. And we helped Noah sign up Andrew. So Robert made $25 from this sale, the green sale. Here's a big point. Here's a big piece that I want to point out. If I'm Robert, or if I'm Robert's upline, and I go to Noah and I help Noah sign up Andrew, the first person has to go to the common leg that Noah was placed on. Please write this down. If 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 I help Robert sign up Noah and I help Noah sign up Andrew, Andrew has to go on the left side if that's where he was placed. Now, there's a couple reasons why we have to do this. And we'll get down to it, but guys, but just have that first rule when you're building this business that way, okay? So, Robert got started. We enrolled Noah, we enrolled Andrew. Now, I went back to Robert, right? Because he made $12.50 from enrolling Andrew. Right? As soon as we got Andrew started, Robert made $12.50. Robert hits me up. He says, okay, I want to go waive my monthly fees. So what happens? We go enroll Ali, right? Robert goes and enrolls Ali. We're going to put Ali on the right side. Now, why? Why do we put Ali on the right side? The reason why we put Ali on the right side, guys, is because every single person, one left, one right, is automatically $15 a month in residual income. Now, what does that mean for me as well, though? I signed up Robert, right? We get paid check match when we help people make money like that. So since I helped Robert make 15, I make a 10% check match on his balance. So when he has one left, one right, he made 15, I make 10% of that. Now, me and Robert have a conversation. I say, hey, Robert, you just made 15 bucks residually now. You know what residual income is? Robert goes, no, I've never heard of that. Well, residual income is money that you're going to get paid on every single month that will come in every single month for the work that we just did. If Noah and Ali stay active and they're happy and they're making money, guess what, Robert? You just made $15 a month. Every month for as long as this business stays in business. Now, I also tell Robert, man, here's the deal. If you can make 15, guess what? You can make 150. And if we can get you to 150, you can make 1,500. And if you can make 1,500, you can make 15,000. And if you can make 15,000, you can make 150,000. Understand something here, Robert. This is about us, but it's like 10% about us. This business is about leverage. And leverage comes from what Noah does and what Ali does. See, here's the deal, Robert. I want to help you, but I'm going to say goodbye to you. And I'm going to go work with Ali and I'm going to go work with Noah and I'm going to get you paid. You tell me if you, again, want to make a lot of money. And Robert says, no, I want to work with you. I want to make a lot of money. Okay, well, let's go back to your list. We got to go show the 200 people on your list. All right, cool. So Robert goes and signs up Joey. Put him on the right. So boom, we go sign up Joey, right? Robert makes another $25. Here's what we do. In our back office, we're going to have the ability to change the enrollment to whoever we place on whoever's team. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to assign Joey to Ali. Now you're going to keep the personal sales bonus. You make the $25, but when it comes to ranks, it's going to help Ali and it's also going to help you. It's a new enhancement that this company's made. It's a new change that this company's made. You still make another $15 residually. That does not change. But we just changed this blue circle right here. Like this. Oh, I do it. Boom. All right, so since we assigned Joey to Ali, it doesn't change anything, but now Ali has Joey as lineage. And guess what? We text Ali. We text Ali and we say, congrats on the growth of your business. I just put someone on your team and it also counts as your enrollment. Ali goes, what does that mean, man? Well, what that means is that you have one person to going to platinum. Because if you go enroll, a team of 9, you'll be a platinum. But guess what, Ali? I'm not stopping and I'm going to keep going. And if you're ready to go and if you want to make a lot of money doing this, I'll help you every step of the way. But let's just say he doesn't get it, right? So I go back to Robert and I say, "Okay, Robert, let's go back to that list. Let's go help you waive your monthly fees. You got Noah, you got Ollie, you got Joey. Let's go sign up another person." All right, so that leads us to Karab. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to assign Karab to Joey, right? So now Ali's connected to Joey and Joey's connected to Karab, which is all connected to Ali. I text Ali and I say, hey, Ali, man, just placed another person on your team and I connected them to your lineage. Congrats on the growth of your business. Ali goes, oh, wow, man, you already put 2 people on my team. And I say, also, Ali, I want you to know, Joey and Karab are like professionals and they could go build this thing on a high level. Let's just say they go put in a couple more people. You're going to be halfway to platinum because you can only take 50% though. I just want you to know, Ali, you can only take 50% to go to each rank. So platinum is a total of 10. They can help you bring in 5. If you want to make more residual income, if you want to get paid on a bigger level, we're going to have to go put in 5 people. This gets Ollie excited because now he knows that I'm doing this with him. Again, guess what? People don't do what you say, they do what you do. Now, Ali comes back to me and he says, you know what, Matt? I'm ready to go. Let's go do this thing. So then Ali leads me to Wesley, right? Wesley's on his team. I already screwed up. What did we say? The first one has to go to the team leg. The first one goes to the team leg. And we say to Ali, we say, hey man, just so you know, it also has to be attached to Karab. All right. Still counts as his personal, right? Still counts as personal. Still gets the fast start. Doesn't change anything, but he's got to put it there. So that leads to Wesley. All right. Now let's say Ali stops the business, decides not to do anything. The reason why we do this is so that if Wesley takes this business serious, he gets the benefit of still being on the team leg. Because Ali might quit, Joey might quit, Karab might quit. But if Wesley keeps going, he's still connected. Now, even if Ali doesn't do anything, here's the benefit of still putting it on the team leg. Let's say Wesley, though, goes and puts in 250 on his left, 250 on his right, right? And from that pay that we talked about, Wesley's now making just from having balance, $3,750. Ali still gets to make 10% from this pay. So now Ali comes back to me and he says, hey man, I'm getting a pretty decent check. How am I doing that? Well, Wesley decided to take this business seriously. And over the last 6 months, he's built an organization of over $500. And because we pay check match, you're getting paid that. And now Ollie's like, you know what? I actually do want to take this thing seriously. Now Ollie decides to go all in. And Ollie starts building this business on a high level. Right? And he goes and puts in 500 people. He's got 500 left, 500 right. So now that's 1,000 people for Robert on his right team. Robert has 1,000 people on his right team. Now Robert comes back to me and says, wow, Matt, you went and worked with Wesley, you went to work with Ali, and I see that I have 1,000 people on my right team. I've actually been making some pretty decent money. I want to take this serious. This is what Joey talked about. This is the taking it to the next level and driving depth. So now Robert comes back to me and he says, I want to go put in 1,000 on my other side. Now Robert has 1,000 on his left, 1,000 on his right, all because we went through that process. Robert collectively now, because he won 1,000, 1,000, just hit the rank of elite ambassador. An elite ambassador, guys, minimally is making about $30,000 a month, not including check match and not including the daily pay. Because we did the little things, because I went and worked with Ali, then I went to Wesley, then I started helping Ali on his inside, and we helped Ali start making money. It caused Robert to go all in. Remember the story. The first thing that we did for Robert is we showed him that it was real. We showed him that he could make $25 because we went and signed up Noah. Then we went and signed up somebody through Noah, and we showed Robert that he can make $12.50 without even doing anything, right? Then he led me to Ali, and then Ali didn't do anything. So then Robert went and waived his monthly fees by getting Joey, and Joey didn't do anything, and that led us to Karab, but Karab enrolled, or Ali enrolled Wesley, and Wesley ended up doing something. It brought us back to Ali, and then we worked with Ali, and Robert maybe doesn't do anything for 6 months, but then sees his organization building and he's making money, and he's like, you know what? I'm ready to go all in. That's how our compensation plan works. The reason why I love our compensation plan, guys, is because there's a story that you can tell. And you get paid for all of the activity that it takes to go build this on a massive level. We get daily pay, we get the balance pay, we get check match, and then on top of it, guys, when you go hit ranks, you get a weekly check for your rank. It is so simple, it is so easy, and that's the power. Every single one of you guys can go diamond this month. We have Klarna in the US, we have Klarna in Europe. You could go sign up right now, a yearly left, a yearly right, and you would be a platinum. You could go 1 yearly left, 1 yearly right, and go platinum. Go do that 5 times, you are a diamond. Go help that person go do that 5 times. Boom, you are a platinum. Help the one left, one right, go do this and sell yearlies. For those of you that have been in the business for a year, go back to all your inactives and get them reacted. This business, guys, is set up for us all to win. So I hope you guys had a ton of value from today. Thank you so much for staying on, man. We had 150 plus people staying on the entire time. This has been recorded. We will upload this. Remember, guys, July 12th, big event, July 12th, the buyback. Everybody can get started for $99. That is inactive. Klarna, US, UK, and let's continue to crush this thing. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you all. Enjoy your Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers that are on this call. Love you guys. Let's continue to crush it. Let's impact the world. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace out.